Hello, everyone. I'm Gary from CNMCyber, and I'm alone today. No one showed up on the office hour, but probably I announced it like too late, kind of last minute. And probably I was not too clear yesterday that I will be around here. So we have what we have, and I wanted to talk about CNMCyber like changes or like a projects. Let's call it like CNM Cyber temporary urgent projects. So on this page, which is like discussion page for CNM Cyber, um, there is a list of deliverables, which I call like target deliverables, which means that everything, every line, which is posted here. I mean, line not like topic, not this line, but that line, is a separate deliverable. And if someone, like some learner or team member, wants to take any deliverable, we need to discuss the price. Like for this, for instead of paying per hour, some project can be paid per hour, possibly. Let's say, let's talk like office hours. If someone have this contract, so the contract uh, will be related to hours because you cannot estimate how many office hours will be. But for these descriptions or like space definition, right? Um, it's a subject. It's a separate lines. So I expect to discuss the price. So let's say someone wants to say, "Oh, I want to create this CNM tech board space at CNM Social." I said, "Okay, how much money do you want?" And the person will say, "Yeah, I feel like I need that number of hours, and it will come with this money." And I'll say, agree or disagree. Then you do the space, come to me and say, "Oh, I created it." I said, "Let's check it out." And when we checked it out, I say, "Okay, it's accepted," or "It's not accepted." It depends on what we agreed on. So this is how I feel like we need to restructure our work. Um, the thing is kind of there, the key moment is something which is called acceptance criteria, which can constitute whether this text board space is acceptable or should be accepted or not should be accepted. So if you want to work on the requirements, then you need to have this office hour contract. So when we have this office hours contract, you can work on the requirements as a contractor, building these requirements. So again, kind of for learners, there are like two ways to get compensated, like or have their time compensated. First, it is to work on those deliverables or to have a contract. If I have this contract, let's say someone have a contract for managing a tech board meetings for a month, let's say, or 2 months or 6 months. Depends on how we will agree on. Then This person will have kind of this contractor money, contract money. So it doesn't matter to me what topic it is. It doesn't, like, the category, it's not the choice. It's not like 1 hour. Any line is good. I probably need to change. I will probably make kind of a table, and then every deliverable will have its kind of code name. Then you will just say, I need this code, right? Bam. I don't know whether anyone wants me to talk about any specifics. So, like, description usually means kind of the wiki page, right? So CNMCyber.com wiki page should be CNMCyber Meetup. Again, it should be description of the service to be, including their dimension of the group, what it should have, what pictures should it kind of feature, what icons. If we speak about the events, it will be the same. For instance, let's take office hour. I will take the office hour and go to meetup, right? And common hour. Let's do like common hour, because they were kind of later. And let's click. Let's do past events this week, see all. Let's see what is going on. I will click, for instance, common hour. So, and this, I hosted it. I don't remember, but according to this, I hosted it. Grace attended. So, I will read the details. We at CNMCyber team look for aspiring website developers, event organizers, cloud operators, and cyber coordinators to join our team. How it's related to common hour. Job descriptions are linked to. I would say it's a bold move to put like a wiki page, because not every person will like the wiki page. And if someone clicks here, it's nothing there. It's no link, right? This event is a part of CNMCyber Campus Live series. What this series about? It is recorded, common hour, recorded. We never recorded any common hour ever. And recording will be public. So I'm not saying that let's say in this way, it is bad. It is not correct. The whole kind of description is not correct. I don't want to blame anyone. What I mean, I want someone to own it, to be responsible for it. So that is why we are moving to more responsible ways. Okay. Subject matters is basically what needs to be done. So we will use kind of for contracts, we use this career price contractor agreement, which is posted here. It's normal, standard. I have been using this for a few years. It might be updated somehow, but again, you are welcome to get there. Someone joined me, right? Oh, Erastus is here. Hello, Rastus. But it's kind of big noise. You can put like either noise reduction or something there. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit less, but yeah, and your mic is kind of pretty loud. It's good. So,
Hey, sorry for that. Hey, Gary.
no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. I'm recording anyway. I decided that even if no one joins, I will still need to do this. So the same like meetup group description and for events descriptions. Again, kind of the goal is to move it to more, let's say, to get more, to push more responsibilities on the contractors. Anyway, Erastus joined. So, like, do you have any questions or no?
Hi, so sorry. I've just seen your message right now. So,
I mentioned yesterday, but I was not clear. Yeah,
yeah,
I needed to push it more, but I
yeah,
so like what I'm saying. You said like,
yes,
oh, I'm interested in like something.
yeah,
It doesn't matter for me like what you are interested in right now. Let's
yeah,
say if you want, for instance, let's pick technology media wiki, CNM media
mm,
wiki.
yeah,
If you want to discuss, let's say you want to describe this wiki page, right?
yeah, sure.
Description of the service to be.
Mhm.
Like, what is your price? And we agree or disagree, right? Like, what, how much money,
Sorry?
how much money do you want to complete this wiki page and to be responsible? Because right now, if
Wow.
I go to this wiki page,
Yeah.
formerly
Mm.
no WikiWare, okay, here in Aftersoft, okay. What is CNM stable app? I don't know. Based on MediaWiki could be, which is commercial off the shelf wiki engine. Okay. In addition, soft deploys CNM MariaDB. Wow. It says database management system and LDAP for its authentication authorization, which is true, but so far, like so good. Database management system. What will happen if we do like a link? Yeah, we have this wiki page. Okay, so LDAP integration. So we have like several task challenges. We added this to find like contractors,
Mhm.
but it doesn't belong to this page technically. This page was used kind of as a temporary place. It should be moved to like development or kind of some. We also talked to you about markup specifications, so we need to put like some meat there, some stuff. But this is more like again about the development of this page. For now, the kind of the big question is integration, and we will move it to a separate task. It's a separate like the separate topic because it's unclear. It is unclear whether MediaWiki LDAP integration is generally possible, or we need to instead of LDAP to use something else. So it could be like a third solution. So let's say it will be MediaWiki, LDAP, but between them it will be something which is, for instance, called WSO2 identity server. So we didn't do anything on vulnerability. We didn't discover any extension. We didn't do anything on file permission. I'm not sure whether we did something. Yeah, just some link. Yeah. So again, this is kind of, it's a lot of work on this page. If you want to take it out. So does it answer your question or no?
Now, probably if I can ask the so
If you kind of the point is, my
yes,
point is, which I stated before
yeah,
you came, but I recorded this. The
okay,
point is, the key is an office hour.
yeah,
We need to kind of to have a separate contract with you on conducting these office hours. So I would say whatever you do, I would start with office hours first. Until we
okay,
don't have the description how it will be, most likely we need to have like a working scheduling tool. So instead of for you to ping me, oh, when you're available, oh, I'm not available, or I will put like my availability there, and you will
yeah,
just kind of go schedule, boom, done. And the subject matters, so we have this agreement,
yeah,
and you will be kind of work on the requirements. You will be basically compensated based on your work on the requirements according to this agreement.
yeah.
So does it sound reasonable?
It's okay. It sounds better.
Say it
It sounds
again.
better. It
Yeah,
sounds better.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want basically I want to move more on like project-based work, and
yeah,
I'm kind of I want also have more in technology they call it product owner or project owner,
yeah,
especially product owners, because I want
yeah,
people like to be more responsible to like what they do. Because
yeah,
right now what is going on? Right now, like someone say, oh, I want to do something. They ignore what is, let's say I want to work on this wiki page, for instance.
yeah,
They ignore what is stated on the wiki page. They say it's not we. I, I didn't do this. It's not mine, right? It's Gary
yeah,
did it. How can I correct what Gary did it, right? And
yeah,
and and they add something and more. So they kind of do something, but at the same time they are not responsible for either what they have done or what previous people have done.
was
So it's
done.
we have no any owner of any single wiki page right now.
Yeah,
So and this is I mentioned wiki page, but it is also true for pretty much anything else. For technology, like we use Jitsi. Find me a place at the wiki right now where it will be linked for the video conference which we have right now. Find me if I go like to Jitsi Meet or if I go to like Jitsi Meet, I will share my screen. Oh my
sure.
goodness, I didn't share my screen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. If I share my screen
yeah,
and if I take this Jitsi employable.employableu.com, right? And I
yeah,
go here and I will put it here, for instance. I will not find it. It's not
it's
doesn't
not there.
exist on the wiki. So it means that no one is responsible for it. So either documentation is not correct or something is wrong. So there is a disconnect between kind of the wiki documents and and actual things. Does it make sense?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so what kind of ask me anything? This is not the final
So,
list. I will make it as a table. So
yeah.
instead of like looking at this like technology board, it will
Mhm.
be kind of just these lines. And every deliverable will have a code. And you will say, for instance, I want to work on this deliverable, code that. And I expect that it will be ready in 2 weeks and it costs
Mhm.
you $100.
Yeah.
Boom. Right?
Sure.
Okay, so I recorded this video. Probably if you don't have questions, I probably stop here, and you can review it from the beginning, and I will upload it. And
Yeah.
when you have kind of more questions, we will go from there.
We go
For
from there.
now,
Sure, sure.
it's for now for me it's
Mm.
unclear, like
Mm. Yeah, sure.
how we will do this like job bidding if several people want to do like something. So it could be we may have kind of some special software.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. It's again, it's this is the question mark.
Because also, in terms of, I don't know how to put it, but in terms of now I have chosen a task like description of service to be at the CNMCyber.com.
Yeah,
Now, in terms of now, you don't know how the workload will be. And again, in terms of also quoting, you don't know, because one thing, you don't know the workload. Second thing, for now, you don't know how much you can charge. Or
correct. That is why you need this office hour.
yeah,
It's what I'm saying all the time.
yeah,
Because I would say in this way, I
mm,
don't know how to fight.
yeah,
I don't know how to fight. Let's say I have been fighting with Kevin, let's say,
yeah,
for years. For
yeah,
years. The same thing, the same thing. Like, ask me what it must be done. He's doing
mm,
better, much
yeah,
better than it was 4 years ago, but it is still not kind of there. It is still not there.
yeah,
I want to push it like office hours because
yeah,
you're right. But this is what you do all the time. You started doing this like prototype.
yeah.
Like, how did you know about like their the workload, right? So
Um,
again, we
yeah,
um, this is kind of the next stage. So the first stage, you start doing something, which is
yeah,
good, cool. Now I want you and the
mhm,
others to
yeah,
think in terms of the project, right? Because
sure.
you don't know if you don't feel that work as a project,
Mhm,
so then how will you coordinate it, right? Because
yeah,
technically, if we go to CNM cyber jobs, right? I
mhm,
call them this way. Yeah, if we go to CNM cyber job,
yeah,
so kind of my point is that You start doing this event organizer, it will be the first job available, right? So
Yeah.
basically like meeting organizer. Because I wanted to start with website developer, but I found that if people cannot kind of organize meetings with me, even
Mm-hmm.
office hour, so they cannot be successful website developers. So they develop something, but they are not working with the customer, and I
Yeah.
play the role of the customer. So I decided that event organizer is like number one, because again, without skills to organize meetings, you
Yeah.
cannot be
Mm-hmm.
successful developer. And then cloud operator is more about documentation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you cannot document well if you are not aware about, like, not aware of developments, like kind of
Yeah.
policies and practices in there. And then people work with documents, they call it cloud operator, they administer some software, they work with the documentation. Then
Mm-hmm.
cyber, we really 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 need coordinators, and coordinator is organizer and developer and operator, and in
Mm-hmm.
addition also it's a recruiter and project manager technically.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and like initially I tried to find like coordinators, but
Mm-hmm.
it never happened.
It never happened. Okay.
The last experiment was probably Sonia, but again she was good in many,
Yeah.
like, in many aspects, but she didn't treat the work as a project manager. That is why I decided, okay, let's introduce these.
Now,
I have very very positive experience with Sonia or Kevin or anyone else. I need to meet. I want to be to be very clear on that. But anyway, I'm looking. I mentioned them because I want to, like, for you to relate to some
yeah.
like real people, and to define the problem, to define the challenge to be addressed,
Sure.
which we need to address.
So probably I can suggest this. This is just an opinion, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think I've worked in a group where the same way you are working like a sprint or like agile, where every week you have this task you have to deliver. Yeah. If, for example, it's about technology board, and at least one or two people, three people are working on it, and it must be a sprint that should be, the goal should be hit within a week. Yeah, it's like a task also, but it
Like
has to be,
kind of a milestone.
yeah, it's kind of milestone that to be, that's supposed to the period that is given is directly 1 week. We need this deliverable at the end of this week.
It's difficult to
So,
say. I decided, instead of like this deliverable 1 week,
mhm,
it will be more like what we are doing, like what the
mm,
project, because you will have, so when we agree on something,
yeah,
like we will put like the name of someone who is working on this, and the
on
date,
that object.
and the kind of
Okay.
the date. By the
Mhm,
way, like even on this page, which I work on the projects,
mhm,
I know like I did 2 sprints, but I see it's not enough.
mhm.
So, and it's still not. I tried to use it, but it is not really workable. It's like for
Okay.
website projects, right? So
Mhm,
my last idea, I put like approved until, but instead, most likely we'll be using kind of closing date, closing date,
mm,
where
yeah.
the closing is. and people who work on this, on kind of on the sprints, they are supposed to report, not just like say, oh, I work on this, but present, it's what I have done. Kind
Yeah.
of, do you have any questions? Maybe this also will increase kind of their
Performance.
responsibility or ownership of a sprint.
Yeah.
But for now, I decided to postpone like this, like for me, website projects, because I feel like I will be working on this for a couple of years more. But I feel like it's time to kind of to move to some like visible things. I like working on this, I will work on this, but let's say website projects, it's not the most urgent thing kind of
Yeah.
to work on. And CNMCyber, to move this like new move, this is more urgent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
I will have a kind of a meeting with Kevin and Natalia and Rita probably, and you can join too, I guess, with their like technology board, and that is why I want to kind of to wrap up in a couple of
Okay. No.
minutes, because I want kind of to have some time to be prepared. Like, ask me anything.
So the meeting will be at what time?
At 2 p.m. at 2 p.m. like in 18 minutes we'll have kind of
In 18 minutes.
we'll meet Natalia and Rita. Rita is taking over technology board meetings, um, and you will be next. You will kind of
Okay. No problem. Thank you.
you will give this this week to Gracie
Yeah.
if she wants to take, and you'll move to technology board meetings. So we will kind of rotate to have like fresh blood all the time. Okay.
That should be amazing. Yeah. That would be amazing in terms of even learning some skills.
Okay. So let's stop here and not kind of not put not like a stop, full stop, but just a comma, and we can continue later. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. Thank you, Rastus.
You're much welcome.
Yeah,
Getty.
I'm always happy to see you smile.
Thank you.
Okay.
We catch up later.
Okay. Bye bye. You bring some positive, like positivity. Let's say in this way, like some positive drive. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. See you around. Bye bye.